Have you ever opened your kitchen cabinet, picked up a jar of curry powder, and wondered, what exactly is in this? And more importantly, how is it actually made? We use curry powder in everything from soups and stews to snacks and marinades. It smells warm, spicy, earthy, and comforting all at once. But unlike salt or sugar, curry powder isn't a single ingredient. It's a carefully crafted blend of spices with a fascinating history. In today's video, we're going to simplify it all. From ancient spices and grinding techniques to how curry powder is made commercially today. By the end of this video, you'll never look at that familiar yellow powder the same way again. So let's get started. This is Daily Things Simplified, and today we're answering the question, how is curry powder made? First, let's clear up a common misunderstanding. Curry powder is not a traditional Indian spice. In fact, you won't usually find a single blend called curry powder in most Indian homes. Instead, curry powder was created during the British colonial era. It was inspired by the complex spice mixes used in Indian cooking known as masalas. British traders wanted a convenient, all-in-one spice mix that captured the flavor of Indian curries for people back home. So they blended several key spices together and called it curry powder. Over time, it became popular all over the world. So to recap, curry powder is a blend, not a single spice. It's inspired by Indian flavors, but it's adjusted to suit global tastes. And this brings us to the most important part. While curry powder recipes vary, most blends are built around a few key spices. Let's break them down. First up is turmeric. This is what gives curry powder its famous golden yellow color. It has an earthy, slightly bitter, and warm flavor. Turmeric is almost always the main ingredient, forming the base of the blend. Next, we have coriander seeds. Coriander adds a mild, almost citrus-like flavor and a touch of freshness. Its job is to balance and smooth out the stronger spices, creating a more rounded taste profile. Then there's cumin. Cumin seeds bring a deep warmth, earthiness, and a slightly smoky depth. Without cumin, curry powder would taste flat and one-dimensional. It's a crucial component for that classic curry aroma. Another key player is fenugreek. Fenugreek adds a slight bitterness, but more importantly, a nutty, almost maple-like aroma. You only need a small amount, but it makes a huge difference in the overall complexity of the flavor. And finally, black pepper or chili. This is where the heat comes from. It provides a sharp, spicy kick. Some curry powders are mild, while others are fiery hot. It all depends on how much pepper or chili is added to the blend. Of course, the list doesn't stop there. Depending on the specific recipe, you might also find ginger, cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, mustard seeds, or even garlic powder. Every blend tells a slightly different story with its unique combination of these optional spices. Now, let's look at how it's made. The process of making curry powder starts long before any grinding happens. It all begins with choosing high-quality spices. To get a great curry powder, you need fresh spices, properly dried seeds, and no signs of moisture or mold. Spices are harvested from all over the world. Then they are typically sun-dried and cleaned to remove any stones, dust, or other debris. In commercial production, spices are carefully inspected for their color, aroma, and oil content. Stale spices mean dull flavor, so this step is all about strict quality control. Only the best raw materials move on to the next stage. This next step is one of the most important, roasting. Before grinding, many of the whole spices are dry roasted. Why roast them? Roasting does three amazing things. It releases the natural oils locked inside the spices, it enhances their aroma, and it deepens their flavor, making it richer and more complex. The spices are heated gently, usually in large rotating drums in a factory, until they become fragrant. Timing here is critical. If you roast them for too short a time, the flavor stays weak. If you roast them for too long, they can burn and turn bitter, ruining the entire batch. Once roasted to perfection, the spices are cooled completely before they can be ground. Now comes the transformation. This is where the whole spices are turned into a fine powder. Traditionally, this was done by hand using stone grinders or a simple mortar and pestle. Today, commercial curry powder is ground using high-speed industrial grinders. These machines are often designed with low-heat systems to protect the delicate flavors and oils that were released during roasting. The goal is to achieve a fine, even consistency with no clumps. Some manufacturers grind each spice individually and then mix the powders together, while others grind all the roasted spices together at once. Both methods are used worldwide. After grinding, we move to the art of blending. This is where curry powder truly becomes a science. Each spice powder is measured with incredible precision according to a specific recipe. A small change in the ratio can completely alter the final product. For example, too much turmeric can make it taste harsh, too much fenugreek can make it bitter, and too much chili can create an overwhelming heat that masks all the other flavors. Manufacturers test their blends repeatedly to ensure consistency. That's why the jar of curry powder you buy today tastes exactly the same as the one you bought last year. Once the final blend is mixed, it's not quite ready for packaging. The powder goes through a final quality check, which involves sieving or filtering. This removes any large particles, grit, or uneven grains that might have been left over from the grinding process. The result is a smooth, fine powder. Quality control teams also perform smell tests and color inspections to make sure every batch meets the brand standard. Finally, it's time for packaging. Curry powder is very sensitive to light, air, and moisture, all of which can degrade its flavor over time. That's why it's always packed in airtight containers, foil-lined packets, or dark jars to protect it. You'll notice that most curry powders don't contain preservatives. That's because the spices themselves have natural properties that resist bacteria. However, freshness is still key. Over time, curry powder doesn't spoil in a way that makes it unsafe to eat, but it does lose its flavor and aroma. It's also important to know that not all curry powders taste the same. There are many regional variations. For example, British-style curry powder is typically mild, very yellow, and less spicy. Japanese curry powder is often slightly sweet and has a smooth, thick consistency. Caribbean curry powders tend to have a strong turmeric and fenugreek flavor, making them bold and pungent. And the spice blends from Sri Lanka and South Asia are often made with heavily roasted spices, giving them a darker color and a much more intense, complex flavor. It's the same name, but they offer very different taste experiences. So the next time you sprinkle curry powder into a dish, remember, it's not just a simple spice. It's a carefully crafted blend of history, science, and tradition. From the farm fields where the spices are grown, to the roaring heat of the roasting drums, and through the fine grinding and precise blending. That humble yellow powder in your cabinet carries centuries of flavor in every single spoonful. If you enjoyed this simplified explanation, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Daily Things Simplified. And let us know in the comments what everyday item should we simplify next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.